everybody, my name is Cheryl Troop and I am a student here at SUNY Orange. And in 1999, my girlfriend and I, we took a trip to London. We had a wonderful time. The flight was beautiful. The people were beautiful. They seemed to like Americans, you know, because it was told to me not to go to Europe because they weren't friendly towards Americans. But I went and I had a wonderful time. Everybody treated us like we were royalty, in a sense, as to where a couple of people paid for our dinners and our lunches. And we went to France, to the Louvre, the museum. That was a blast because we went underground. They have a tunnel there, and we saw Rembrandt paintings and Michelangelo's paintings. It was really a blast. It was very exciting, and it was so exciting that we didn't want to go home. So that's all for me. And
all right, what should I talk about? Well, my family has been extremely active here at SUNY Orange for decades. My grandfather did some courses here way back when. My mother not only went to school here for 2 years, she's maintained contact with a lot of her friends when she was at OCCCC. She not only went to school here, she ended up teaching here. After she transferred she went to 2 schools at Mary Washington and also Briarcliff College. She came back, ended up being a tutor here, actually when I was very small. And I can remember being in both Morrison Hall and the tutorial center as a little kid running around causing havoc. And it's funny because now I tutor in the tutorial center. So there's that. Her friend, actually, when she was a student here, founded the peer tutoring program. So it's funny that her friend founded it, then she became a tutor, then I tutored here. And actually my father went here after when he got out of the Navy. He came here for 2 years. He was actually my mother's one student that she tutored. That's how they met. That's how I came into existence, and that's how I became a tutor. And yes. And then my mother, after she was a tutor here, that led to her, after being a professional tutor, that led to her becoming a teacher here. So she taught freshman English 1 and 2, and she also taught art history. But when I was young, I was in 3rd grade, she started using the book reports I did when I was a little kid. She started using those to teach me freshman English. So she had me doing college level English when I was a kid. And I just always found it funny. She was an English major here. She taught English here. She taught me, and then now I'm an English major here. So.
I'm going back to ancient history, 1968, when I was arrested the weekend of Dr. Martin Luther King's assassination. What happened was that I belonged to a white anti-racist organization in Philadelphia that realized that we had a problem with race, and it was a white problem. We never identified it as such. It was not an individual white problem, it was an institutional problem. So we addressed these issues. And one thing we wanted to do was to support Dr. King in his Poor People's Campaign. And so we got together and we were going to picket our assembly person, actually our representative in South Philadelphia, and ask him to please support the legislation that Dr. King was writing. However, he was assassinated that weekend, and our Mayor Tate, said no groups beyond 12 people can gather in any public place in the city. Well, we'd already planned the demonstration, and so we decided to go forward with it. When Harvey Finkel and I arrived at the congressman's house, there were 10 of us picketing, and we would be number 11 and 12. So we knew that we'd be arrested if we walked across the street. Harvey and I had never been arrested for anything. So we were quite hesitant. We both worked for the Department of Public Welfare at that point and had a wonderful boss. But we decided finally to walk across the street, and of course immediately the cop cars came, the paddy wagon came, and we were taken to jail, as Mayor Tate said we would be. So we were there about 12 hours, lots of roaches, and we had our pictures taken and fingerprinted, etc. So it was very unpleasant, but it was, I think, for a very important cause. And we thought it was very important to stand up for what Dr. King stood for, even though he was dead at that time. So the case went up to the Supreme Court, and it was then thrown out. So I do not have a news record, and if I did, I'd be very proud of it.
All right, my major is nursing, but I love soccer, so. No, I actually like Messi. It's pretty cool. I mean, he has he's kind of short, but he made it big. So it's definitely an inspiration. He scores a lot of goals, and so do I. So one time we were losing like 4-0, so I was like, we're not gonna lose our last game. So I scored 6 goals, and we definitely won 6-4. Yeah, all my goals. Team. Messi style. Yeah. Thank you.